What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sports Snobs. I'm Pat. He's Kaz. Please subscribe to the podcast. Check it out on scenesnobs.com, wherever you get your podcast, Spotify. Check us out on YouTube if you want to see the good-looking face behind this beautiful voice. And share it with your friends, your family. Get as many people as you know involved. It's a good time for us. I'm sure it's a good time for you. And as you know by now, this is our... You're shaking your head. What's the issue?
I hope that everybody is just listening to the podcast because it isn't even the Giants. It's that stupid hat. And the fact that it's the Giants on top of that hat. I hope everybody listens because I can't even look at the screen. I'm going to be looking at my notes the whole time because if I look up, I'm just going to throw up.
Maybe we can get a screen grab of this, Mike, and then I could just share it on Twitter. We could take a poll, maybe, who votes for the hat, against the hat for the next episode. But I think this is going to be a weekly fixture if I don't hear otherwise. So
then you better find another host. That's all I'm saying.
No problem at all. No problem at all. You should find another host to do picks with because I'm terrible. This is our weekly pick segment. I'm bad. He's okay. That's really all I can say about that. But to recap, we're playing for charity for the season. $100 from the loser to the winner's charity of choice.
Minimum. And ways to get people to help out, or if I actually win my picks, I'll jump in as well. But that's another story.
Yep. So recap of format for those who might be new to the podcast. It's draft style. He'll pick a game this week. He starts. He's first. So he'll draft. It's draft style. He'll pick a game. I'll pick another game. He'll pick a game. Vice versa. It's kind of like a snake draft like that. And can't pick the same game. Underdog pick 2 points. Favorite pick 1 point. And I guess we could take a look at the scores, although I don't really want to. It looks like you're up.
So that you might actually beat the new host because you ain't beating me.
We'll see. I go 4 for 4 this week. I'm good. So you got 7. I have 3. I mean, we could do a quick recap of last week. I'll start because mine's really simple. I lost all 4 picks. So the Patriots lost to the Texans. That was really sad. Packers lost to the Colts in heartbreaking fashion. I'm not mad at that pick. I think that was that just happened to be an unfortunate outcome to the game with the turnover in overtime. Chiefs didn't cover. I'm not mad at that pick either. Raiders apparently are the Chiefs' kryptonite. And the Jaguars. So the one thing I will say about the Jaguars covered against the Steelers. And if you remember correctly, I did say I was going with Chris's advice that the Steelers never cover. And I said if I was wrong because of his advice, he can never play any sport with us again. So I may have to reconsider the flag football, Chris. I'll have to talk to Brian after the show and see if we can find someone else to replace you. But that was unfortunate too.
He's easily replaced in football. Just get somebody that runs into somebody and tackles them. He's not really that talented.
How'd you do last week? Any games that you're looking at and saying, man, how did that happen?
I'm gonna say the Vikings. I mean, I was on the Vikings bandwagon, and they lost to the Cowboys. Cowboys were +7, and the Vikings lost outright. They only scored 7 points in the first half, and they let Pollard run for a 42-yard touchdown with like 4 minutes left, whatever it was. So that was an ugly game.
Cowboys got you twice this season. They got you with the Steelers, and now they got you with the Vikings.
Yeah. Broncos beating my Dolphins. It was an ugly week for the Dolphins. Chargers, I thought they would cover. I got to stop picking those high bets out there. But Ravens, thank you, Ravens. I said they're done. They are done, and the Titans not only won, but I had an extra 5. So thank you for those 2 points. And now I'm more than double your score. So let's keep the drive alive.
All right, kick it off. You're first. Floor is yours.
So my first pick this week, I'm going to the Ravens and Steelers game, and I'm saying that the Ravens forfeit the game. Can I pick that? Is that a Vegas line?
I didn't see.
Because they their Lamar Jackson now, they keep on getting COVID all over the place. So that if that's a Vegas line, I'll take it. If not, I'll go with another game.
We'll give you a bonus point if they forfeit.
Right. Just one? I think that's a 3. If I call a forfeit, I think that's a 3-point.
All right, you call the forfeit for a 3. I'll give you this. Call the forfeit for a 3-point pick. If you're wrong, you have to do a shot no matter who wins next week on top of the shot that may occur if you do lose.
I will take that wager, my friend.
Okay.
So my first pick, where do I want to go? You know what? I'm going to start out here. Because not only do I think it's going to happen, I need it to happen.
You have a college essay that you wrote like 20 years ago in your hands? What's all that paper?
Dude, I write my notes. I got ugly writing, okay? So I got all my notes here. It's 4 pages of notes, all right?
All right.
It's not as nice as when I type it. The day after Thanksgiving, I was on with Friendsgiving with the Scene Snobs till 5 a.m. I need, little hungover, a little writing it out. So it's a little messy here. But I'm going to go Seahawks -5 at Eagles. And I need this because Wilson, Metcalf, and Carson, they're going to get me 6 total touchdowns in fantasy football. If they don't, I lose this week against Jamie Poythress, who I didn't care if I only won 2 games in fantasy football. The 2 games I needed to win this year were against Jamie Poythress. I'm 1-0. I will be 2-0 because of the 6 touchdowns that they get. So I win big. Seattle wins big. That's my first pick.
Okay. Seahawks -5. I want to say it's a trap game, but the way Carson Wentz is playing, I don't know.
By halftime.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Doug Peterson's press conference kind of left it open for that, so we'll see. I don't have anything to add to that. I mean, I can't touch the NFC East. They're all terrible, so I'll stay away. All right, that's a 1-point pick for the Chiefs.
You're wearing the NFC East all over your goddamn body.
I'm not going to pick the Giants. You're out of your mind. All right, my first pick, I'm going to Denver. And I got the Saints -6 at the Broncos. I'm going to take the Saints -6. Yeah, Taysom Hill is still the quarterback, but the Broncos are bad. They beat the Dolphins last week. That was just it shouldn't have happened. It won't happen again. The Broncos are a bad team. They might have a COVID issue. Their backup quarterback has the COVID now. So who knows who that's going to spread to between now and Sunday. Saints are just a better team. Their defense is underrated. And I think the run game will be a huge part of this game. Yes, Denver can run the ball decently, but they can't run it as good as the Saints with Taysom Hill as your quarterback, Alvin Kamara, and Latavius Murray is not too bad either. So I'll take the Saints, and I'll give the 6 points to the terrible Broncos.
Hey, I had the Saints highlighted as well. Broncos played their best game last week. They're going to fall off this week. That's just my thought. So I think that's a good pick. Next pick. I'm going to go Arizona -1.5 at the Patriots. I'm kind of worried about Murray's shoulder. Not sure what's going to happen there, but the Pats, they don't have anything on offense. They got Cam Newton running the ball. That's all they have. They do not have a pass attack at all. They look like an Army-Navy game where it's all RPOs. So I'm going to go Cardinals and hope Murray, his shoulder stays well.
Yeah, that's another one I had too. Hate to make it boring like that, but I mean, some of these seem obvious, but I feel like this is one of those games that could come back to bite you.
This week, I have to say, there's a lot of big lines. So it was very hard to pick because many of the games are 6 points and above in line. So it was hard.
Yeah, I'm going to go close to that 6. I'm going to I'm going to go to a 5-pointer here. And real quick, I apologize. The show can't go on. This show absolutely cannot go on. I didn't hold up my end of the bargain. The other part of the weekly thing is if you lose, you're supposed to do a shot before the show starts. I apologize to everyone who
Is
is
that
probably
even a full shot? That's 3/4. You got to fill that up, dude.
no,
No, that's not to the rim. You got to get it to the rim. That's weak.
apologies for that. But I'm going to go to the AFC East like you. But I'm going to go with the Bills. The Bills are 5-point favorites. Chargers at Bills. Chargers, man, they should be a good team. They screwed you last week with the Jets. I don't know what to make of them. Quarterback play is decent, like we always say. Justin Herbert, probably the rookie of the year. But the Bills have an explosive offense. 5 points, I could see them winning by a touchdown. I mean, they've been scoring 30, 40 points a week. Some lesser defenses. But the Jets put up almost 30 last week against the Chargers. So I'm going with the simple kind of analysis here and saying if the Jets could put up close to 30, the Bills could put up close to 40. Josh Allen has a big day, maybe a four total touchdown day. Stephon Diggs has a big game as well for my fantasy team. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll take the Bills and I'll give the 5 points, especially at home.
I like that pick because the Bills are coming off a bye, and stats show that they are very good coming off the bye, especially against the spread. I like that pick. I was on that. You just got it before I did. The 5 points scares me. I'm thinking a 4-point game. I really am.
I could see a backdoor cover, but I got to go with my gut.
Herbert's going to keep them close, but it is a West Coast team coming to the East Coast, so that could do it as well. You know what? Where do I go? I was going to go somewhere, but then I changed. All right, you know what? I'm going to go Titans, Colts.
Wow.
Henry has had 2 straight games of 100-plus yards against the Colts. Colts are looking good. They're getting all the press about how good they are. I think the Titans keep it close. I don't think they win, but I actually think this game is going to be a push, but I'm going to go Titans +3.
Wow.
I have a 4-point lead, so I can take risks like that.
You can. But if you take too many risks, I can tie this up in a heartbeat. But I don't know. The last time they played, it wasn't in the beginning. It felt like it was going to be a good game, and then it ended up not even being close. I feel like the Colts kind of dominated. Yeah, Derrick Henry he's a beast, and he's going to have his 100-yard games. But I don't know. That defense is impressive. Beat the Packers last week.
A.J. Brown, last-second touchdown, gets it within 2. That's what I call. And my fantasy team beats Jamie Poythress.
You're living in a fantasy world. That's the problem.
Hey.
You're just calling out all your players and saying they're going to score a touchdown. They're going to score a touchdown. We'll see.
Hey, what's that movie where they tell you to speak it forward, to do your dream board, to do all that? That's what I'm doing. I'm putting it out there in the universe. If I say it, it'll happen.
Is that the secret? Where you put the energy out there? I don't know. I'll leave that to Mike. He's the movie expert.
The secret, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, next pick. So, all right. I guess there's a couple more here up here that I still liked. I'm gonna go back. I'll save that pick. I'll wait to see if you take it. I'm gonna go Raiders at Falcons. Raiders -3 at Falcons. I'm gonna take the Raiders.
I hate you because that was my last pick.
Falcons aren't good. Matt Ryan looks like he's a bottom third of the league quarterback. and he's coming off of a pretty good season last year. And I mean, he's obviously MVP caliber when he wants to, I guess. I don't really know what's going on. I mean, their offense should not be as terrible as it is. There's no excuse for having Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Todd Gurley, and Matt Ryan, and you can't do anything on offense. And you got the Ravens tight end from last year. I forget his name off the top of my head. But
Hurst?
It's just, yeah, Hayden Hurst. So I don't understand the Falcons. They make no sense. I lost a ton of money to them this year betting on them early in the year. I gave up on that. So I'm going to go the opposite. I'm taking the Raiders, and I'll give the 3 points.
I am now betting heavy on DraftKings on the Falcons because of the karma you just put out there in the world.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Do it. Just do it.
Browns.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna do it. You're sick. You're sick. You just like torture on a weekly basis. What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't tell you which side I'm going on.
It doesn't matter. You don't even need to tell me what side you're going to. Browns, Jaguars. Whoever said that for a weekly pick segment in the history of picks. But go on, please. I'd love to hear this.
I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan. I'm really
I know.
not.
You love his commercials, though, right?
He had one good one with the turkey and the fryer. Yeah, that Thanksgiving one was pretty good. The one with the I got to cover all the chairs with the grounds crew guy, that was horrible.
Awesome commercials.
The girlfriend, wife, whatever, I'll take her in any commercial. She could just sit there and do nothing. I'll take that. Chubb and Hunt, phenomenal running duo. Landry has to finally show up. I love Jarvis Landry from his days as a Dolphin. He's a phenomenal possession receiver. Baker got to realize he's not Odell. He's not going down the field. He's a Larry Fitzgerald. That's what he is. Get it to him. Move the chains. Win by double digits. Browns -6.5.
Wow. Right after you talk about the big lines, you go to the Browns at 6.5. And you don't even like the Browns. It's interesting rationale. But hey, I'm that's a great pick if you ask me. Awesome.
What
pick.
else is left on this table that you're?
I'll tell you what else is left on this table. Chiefs at Bucks. Prime time. Chiefs -3 at the Bucks. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going back to the Chiefs. This is a much more manageable line, obviously, than the 8 or 9 I gave last week to the Raiders. So Chiefs -3 at Bucks. It's simply Tom Brady looks like he's still not sure what he has on his offense. The coaching staff still not sure what Tom Brady can provide for the offense. They're still running their old system with a 43 or 44-year-old quarterback, however old he is. I forget how old he is now. He's up there.
Are you thinking about your flag football league quarterback? Because he's 43.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's younger than Tom Brady. That's surprising. Wow. I wish he would play like him, though. But we'll see. The Bucks are disappointing. They're just there's really no other way to.
4 interceptions a game? Is that what you want? You're saying you want me to play like Tom Brady?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
If you're happy with 4 interceptions, I could deliver, my friend.
As long as you throw 8 touchdowns and balance it out, I'm cool with that. But yeah, the Bucks are disappointing. If they lose this week, they drop to like a 6 seed potentially, and people pick them to win the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I heard this odd stat that the reason Tom Brady plays poorly in primetime games, get this, is because he's into his diet, he's into his exercise, he's into all these routines that he has to stay in the league at such an old age. He has a specific bedtime, and the bedtime is apparently 9 p.m. Eastern time. So whenever he's playing in these primetime games, his body apparently, I don't know if there's any truth to this. What the hell do I know? I have nothing to lose at this point. I'm going with any kind of rationale I can. Apparently, his body says, no, Tom, you're supposed to be sleeping right now. So he has to do all his work in the first quarter because then he falls asleep in the second half, and the score remains the same for them at that point. So you can't do that with the Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs. Patty Mahomes, big game, high-scoring game. But, yeah, that's my fourth pick. And I'm going all favorites this week, trying to get a 4-for-4, tie this baby up.
I was afraid of this game because I do not feel the Bucks. I feel Brady is on his downslope. I don't know about the 9 p.m. bedtime. You would know that, Pat, because you fall asleep at like 8:30.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get on the Friendsgiving last night because, you had an hour phone call with your mother, and that obviously put you to sleep, apparently, because it was after 9, so you weren't there. But I'm afraid that this is the game where Brady shows up, and I don't like the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks are a good playoff team, but this could be that game where they just show up to win it. So I wasn't going to touch it. I think it's a good pick, but I was staying away. So,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think it is a good pick, and like I said, at this point, nothing to lose. I'm going all favorites.
I want to change our earlier bet about if the Ravens and Steelers are forfeited. I get to burn the hat.
Not happening.
I don't want points. I want to burn that goddamn hat. It is embarrassing.
You can't burn the hat because next week there's going to be an addition, a huge addition to the show, and you're going to love it. The fans are going to love it. Everyone's going to love it. It's going to be amazing. I'll even wear it when we play flag football. But stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, just like my picks this week. And I'll do a quick recap of my 4 picks. Once again, going all favorites here. I am taking New Orleans, Buffalo, Vegas, KC. Check the lines, taking them. That's all. What do you got?
I got Cardinals -1.5. I got Browns -6.5. Titans +3. And Seahawks -5. Those are my 4, sir.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll see how it pans out. But that's it. That's all we got today. So we'll see how this goes on Sunday and Monday. And who knows? Next week we could be looking at a 7-7 weekly score all tied up.
Not even close.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'll make sure to get the fans' opinion on the hat because that's really all that matters. We'll see. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out, SeenSnobs.com. Check us out on all the podcast platforms, but especially YouTube this week if you want to see the beautiful hat that Brian Kaz keeps referencing. It's a beautiful hat. So check us out on YouTube, and we'll see you on Thursday for our regular show.